Hello everyone, welcome to EliteLink Spotlight Salon. I'm Johnny Yang from TCUA.
I'm Siri Wang from EliteLink Education.
And today we're going to talk some big topic about international education.
Yeah, the impact of international education, how to be interdisciplinary and make impact in different sectors. And we're very honored to have Professor Wang, Jasmine, we can call her. She will share her expertise because she's currently teaching a class called Impact Investment at Columbia University. She will share her insights of how to make impact across different sectors.
Yeah.
Let's welcome Professor.
Welcome.
Yeah. Hi, Jasmine. Welcome to our show.
Thank you for having me.
So your course, your class you're teaching is called Impact Investment. What is it?
Impact investing actually it is investment, but it has two purposes. One purpose is have social impact. Another one is profit making. Like you on one hand you do something good for the society, other hand it's a business. You have to make profit, make money.
So yeah, like this you will start up this course and you have many another roles.
Mm-hmm.
So what do you think is the most important job in your life?
In my life or in my teaching or my work?
You can say both your life
Okay.
or in your teaching.
I would say purpose. In my teaching, I always tell my students at CIPA Columbia that you do need to find your own purpose of your life and your job, your career, right? Well, for me, my purpose is to tell everybody about impact investing, that if you do good things for the society, such as entrepreneurs or charity, but at the same time, it can be profitable. Yeah, that's my purpose.
So just the people said when you work you get everything you want, right?
Yeah, I hope so.
I think that's a perfect combination, social impact and profit making. So is that how you connect with your work at United Nations?
Right, yeah. United Nations, I'm on the board of Impact Fund under UNCDF. UNCDF is the United Nations Capital Development Fund. I think this is the only department that making money. Making profit by doing good for the society. Unlike other departments, you all know it's charity, philosophy, only give. But I think if you wanted or sustainability, you need to make profit back and to give up again.
Yeah, I saw you said a lot about impact, value investment. So what do you think is the key word of value impact?
Value impact. Value of the company, value of my investment.
Yes.
Okay, what's the key word for my investment?
A key element.
At UN, you call it UN SDGs, like United Nations Sustainable Development Goals. There are 17 goals of the UN SDG. They are all keywords. They are very urgent element right now for the global society, for the whole world. I would say not one keyword. There are 17 keywords.
Okay,
Can I say that?
Just one or two. What do you think is most important for us?
Right now for us is equality. Equality, it includes like gender equality, education equality, tech equality. When I speak about tech equality, people say, well, we can all use AI, but what about people who cannot use AI? What about people who have no access to the high tech? So after 5 years, 10 years, people who design AI program or people who has access to use AI has a really different life from those people who have no access to high tech, no access to AI. So we have to do something now to make that equality happen. And other equality, I just mentioned the gender equality. Thank God you're doing something about that, and also education equality. I think that's a very important word in my career.
Yeah, so you have been teaching students at Columbia for so long. So when you work with these students, do you have any advice for them? What would be some core skills to build for the future?
The critical thinking. Because right now, sent to the AI, to the high tech, everybody doesn't have to study for just knowledge. Let's say AI agent, ChatGPT, everything, it can do that kind of labor work for you. But to be a human being along with the development of the tech, what's your value? As a human, your value is your thinking, your human thinking, not machine thinking. Critical thinking, I think, is the most important thing I want to teach my students.
So we do have a lot of young students in high school today. So if they want to go to a school like Columbia, what do you think are some of the most important elements or character for them to read?
In general, a school like Columbia will admit students with a very good academic score, and at the same time, very good background of the social impact. So let's think two ways. What's your really good academic background, which is your GPA, your standard score, that test, or your work, what's your that AP or things like that. You all know about that. You know more about that. You know more for the high school student than me. On the social impact part, we have to make ourselves on the same page of schools, of those universities, your dream school. You make sure yourself on the same page. What do I say when I say on the same page? What do I mean? That this school holds a value. It matches what you are doing right now. For example, at Columbia, but I don't teach undergraduate right now. I'm teaching graduate students. But undergraduate, I think it's the same thing. Like I said, equality is the most important thing. The 17 Sustainable Development Goals is a global purpose. You have to be on the same page. What you do doesn't matter how small the action is. You think it's a tiny action, but the purpose has to be the same.
I want to know, as a very successful Asian American woman here, professor here, and work at UN, do you think what is your secret success? You want to share something, share some very inspiring?
I always tell my students and my coworkers to stick with your purpose, stick with your dream. But me, myself, I changed my career a few times. I started my career as a physics teacher for 10 years. I worked for a hedge fund at Wall Street for 6 years. And then I decided what I like is not only about money making, or I like it's not about to find the truth of the world, like what's the real purpose, final purpose of physics. And then I think for my life, for my whole life, I think money making just one purpose. Another purpose is bigger. I want to have this purpose together with the whole human being. So I choose impact investing. I think that's something can combine my two trips all together. So that's why I choose this. If you say secret, I always think, stick to your first dream. Maybe it should be the secret. But me, I didn't. Maybe changing is the one. So always very clear what's your purpose and go for it.
I met Jasmine actually at a dinner, and instantly we connect because we had a very similar career path, starting as a teacher and then working at the university, and then we both have our foundation. We want to make social impact while generating profit, but most importantly, helping specific groups of people. For her, she worked with a lot of corporate leaders as well. For me, it's more like my students. They are the future leaders, so working with them is definitely making an impact for our society. That's why I really appreciate Jasmine's idea. And I know you work with a lot of interns at the UN as well, right?
Yeah.
So to be an intern or to be career ready, what are some advice for you can share with the young people?
This summer, I got an intern from NYU and also from Columbia, and one of them I asked, I have 3 projects for you, and then you choose the one you think is a feasible purpose for your dream career later. One is to be our opinion leader. 2 is to be a fund manager. 3, to be our administrator at UN. All those purposes, like that's with that, and it's all about UN SDGs, Sustainable Development Goals. He chose the second one. He chose to be the founder of one of the impact fund called Tech for Good. So I linked him. Tech for Good is a really broad concept. So I linked him into a narrow area so we can finish in summertime, which is AI for good. So I want him to know about, as a young people, you use a lot of AI agents. You use a lot of like ChatGPT, all the equipment you have. Do you find something you want to say, use your money to say to the entrepreneurs what you should do for the society? So I call money talks. If you're a fund manager, use your money to talk about your purpose. So actually yesterday he finished his first intern and I gave him a reward and because he totally got it.
So what do you think is the advice want to give to students who want to be future, the leader of future?
Well, I really don't use the word leader a lot because I think everybody can be a leader. My understanding for leader is not you're one person and you give orders to others or you're the one have a power over others. But that's not really mine. I like to use the word impact, not power either. Yeah, I like the word impact. So the impact means we do have purpose altogether. We have the same purpose. So my life and your life, we go together hand in hand. That's what I think about the advice for my students. And if we do, because some class we use leadership, right? We use that word, but I want you to think about leadership as impact. Is that okay? Yeah.
So it means connection, right? Connect with each other to communicate.
Right. And also
In
about
each other's life.
So the influence, how you influence. I would always think of leadership as like starting from self-leadership. To not commend other people, but how you lead yourself, navigate through the past. And then also how you influence the people around you, the people surround you, and then the community. So one thing Columbia does really care is how students participate in the community, how you influence the people around you, and how you contribute to the community. That's also their essay question. So it is a very important part of it, the impact. Yes.
Right. So this is the element of impact, the value of your life.
I would say the purpose, the same purpose of your life, integrate yourself into the group, into the society, the community. That's the leadership I understand. Maybe not the traditional leader people think about. Yeah.
I know you have a new book coming.
Yeah.
Do you want to talk a little bit about your book?
This book called EliteLink, in Chinese, called EliteLink, that tells people how to make profit alongside with social impact. Exactly the concept of impact investing, but I make it broader. I make it broader not only for money talks part, for profit of cash, dollars. I want people to think about the profit of your life. Investment just a little part of the profit of your life. Your life has other profits and also can get from the social impact and how to cultivate and how to find your own purpose. So this is the whole book. I put in a lot of my case study and a lot of case study that I actually did it, either as a leader, impactor, or as a team member. I'll give you a few examples. Is that okay? Is there anybody here studying art? Ah, great, great. Okay, let's talk about money first, about art. So do you know whose artwork sold more than $10 million in the history of artwork? And which piece? Okay, well, this work called Guernica. Who? Picasso, right. It was on the 1950s, I think, around 1940s. Yeah. So why? Why? Let's talk about purpose. So Guernica is about Second World War, maybe a little bit before Second World War. Is the Nazis bombed the city called Guernica, and this whole artwork is very sad. It's very gray and black. It's about the dying soldiers, crying mom, dying little children, or the guns and destroyed buildings, everything, right? It's so sad. But why Picasso make artwork like this? Of course, it's within the wall, appeal for the peace, right? And also this piece was chosen by UN. I mean, the copy was on the UN's one of the chamber conference room for a long time to remind people what the war is, how hard the peace is, right? But behind this piece of work, there is a story. Picasso actually himself told everybody, is that one day a soldier, the Nazi soldier, burst into my studio and point this piece of art to say, "Is that you who did this?" Picasso's answer, knows. Who knows Picasso's answer? Is that, no, you did it. You did it. Okay, so Picasso told people about this story because his artwork is not about the light, the line, the color. It's also about the true purpose of this whole world. Right now, everybody suffers from the World War, Second World War, or even before that. So, the story like this, make this piece more like famous. And the first auction, I think, is already over $10 million. Money talks because of social impact. That's what that is. If you want to know more, I have a lot more in my book.
Okay.
Yeah.
We'll then do a multiple.
Yeah. Thank you so much for sharing. That's such a great example.
Yeah.
And thank you so much for coming to join our show.
Thank you.
Yeah.
But